Hi, my name is Shashank Jain. I'm certified business analysis professional. I have more than 14 years of experience in business analysis, strategy analysis, and business process management. I have worked with a variety of organizations like startups, mid-sized companies, and Fortune 500 organizations. I am licensed CBAP practitioner with my credentials valid till year 2022. I love business analysis and consulting, and with my experience and skills, I have helped many organizations with strategic change and transformation. Through these series of videos, I talk about certification requirements and business analysis in general. In this video, I will be talking about what are the top reasons for not clearing CBAP exam. Apart from knowing the best approaches to clear the CBAP examination, which is the gold standard from IIBA Canada in terms of business analysis certification, it is very important to understand the reasons why applicants are not able to clear the CBAP exam. The 8 reasons in this video are consolidated based on the experiences gathered from the number of CBAP applicants as per their retrospection and aligning them with IIBA requirements from exam point of view. Let's look at reason number 1, and that is overconfidence on work experience. Most of the business analysts appearing for CBAP exam have professional experience in range of 8 to 20 years, and still a lot of them are not able to clear the CBAP exam in their first attempt. And the key reason behind it is overconfidence and answering the situational and scenario-based questions with their real-world experience. Well, this does not work for the CBAP examination. IIBA always wants you to choose the best answer to the situation based on the BABOK concepts only. So, what should be the approach for the exam questions? You should read well the question, figure out the essence of the question, introspect it with BABOK knowledge areas, and then eliminate wrong options which are not mentioned in the BABOK. Reason number 2, memorizing the BABOK. BABOK version 3 is 500 pages odd long book. There are 6 knowledge areas, 30 tasks, 50 techniques, underlying competencies, perspectives. So mugging up the entire course page by page is overwhelming, dreadful, and inhumane. So the recommendation is that the applicant should need to understand that it is equally important to go through the BABOK at least 2 to 3 times so that they can comprehend the facts and information well and then assimilate it rather than mugging it up. The BABOK framework is interconnected subject. Mugging up each chapter in isolation will not help in answering the questions. One need to understand each of the knowledge areas, inputs for them, guidelines and tools, as well as the rationale behind using the technique for each task. Some of the tasks even have up to 30 techniques, and it is not expected that you should recall name of all those 30 techniques for that task. Instead, when you are reading each technique, you should understand 2 aspects. One is understanding what the technique is, how it is conducted, and the second aspect is how it is connected and required in a task. In the similar way, like how you should connect the rationale behind the technique in a task, in the same way you should read why list of stakeholders are relevant in a task. Also, elements. They are the part in each task that are the places where exam makers form a lot of questions to assess if you have understood well the how part and the best practice for each task. Reason number 3, poor time management. The examination is of 3.5 hours duration. You will get 120 questions. It means that on an average, you get 1.5 to 2 minutes per question. It also involves around 30 to 40% questions from case studies. The case studies questions can range from 1 to 3 pages, which contain passages, diagrams, quantitative data, current state, future state, and maybe up to it have 4 to 5 questions per case study. So case studies require reading a lot of content, and information given. So it is important to keep track of time spent on these questions. It is also recommended that you should glance through the case before going to the question and then come back to the case to go through the details and answer them accordingly. It is also observed that these case studies may have the information which may seem relevant, but that information is not needed to answer the questions. Hence, most of the times, the people who fail to manage time in the examination unless they are keeping tab on the time spent and following the right time management tips. Reason number 4, answering the questions based on own belief. The examination gives a lot of tricky questions with scenarios, the keywords, which one may miss to focus. And if one has not gone through the BABOK well, they might answer the questions based on their own belief system. And in this way, they may put the incorrect answer. Reason number 5. In the examination, looking at one option itself from the 4 options and quickly marking the answer. Many participants, due to overconfidence, again have a quick glance at the options and quickly mark answer without looking at other options. So one of the approach that should be taken here is that carefully you should eliminate the incorrect answers. And in most of the questions, then you are left with 2 options, which may seem right. And then it is required to choose the best answer in alignment to the question's need. Reason number 6. Not understanding the exam pattern and how these exam questions are prepared. It is important to understand that CBAP is not a knowledge-based exam. It is a competency-based exam. The examination is based on Bloom's taxonomy, and the questions are framed to understand your knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, and evaluation about the subject. Reason number 7. Not spending a lot of time on difficult questions. CBAP examination follows the approach of having organized questions in such a way that they put the initial difficult questions so as to understand that how you handle the pressure and eventually how you sail through it. That is to check the confidence and ability to face the difficult questions. Many participants tend to spend a lot of time to solve that difficult question and waste a lot of time. Many participants may become tense and lose their mental balance, seeing the initial level of difficulty of the question. And that initial stress may negatively affect the performance and ultimately may lead to the failure. So the recommendation here is that don't spend too much time on the difficult question. Bookmark the question so that you deal it after you have attempted all the questions. Ideally, you should plan it in such a way that you have seen and attempted whatever questions you can in first 90 minutes of the exam and then come back again for the bookmarked questions, which were the harder ones. Reason number 8. Temptation to go for exam without proper preparation. A lot of participants think that just after one round of reading the BABOK and attempting few mock questions and on top of it thinking that their number of business analysis years experience may help them in CBAP exam. And this temptation to go for exam without proper preparation is another reason that applicants don't clear the exam. So what are the takeaways? So per the reasons which are shared in this video, they are the top reasons for not clearing that CBAP exam. However, they are the most common reasons as well, and it is not necessarily complete list of reasons. Based on these reasons, ensure that you are not making these mistakes and you should prepare well.